Awesome. So I think we are live now. So very, very good evening, everyone joining in. Uh, really excited about this session. I have two really awesome people join me for this session, uh, and I'll introduce them in a bit. I think people are also joining it. Hi, everyone. Really, really good to have you all join the session. Uh, I'll just wait for maybe 15 seconds to start the session. Maybe I can introduce our panelists today, and then I'll also share content. My name is Manmeet. I'm the program director of Scalar School of Technology. In the past, I've run an education company called Clarity, which later got acquired. And then I really wanted to do something exciting, and which is when I joined Scalar. And last 1.5, 2 years has been about building this really awesome college called Scalar School of Technology. With me, I have Bhaskar. Bhaskar is one of the early alumni of Scalar from the early batches. And today he works as a senior engineer at Walmart. Has tons of experience in going through the traditional BTech education and also learning at Walmart, which he will soon share with all of us. So, Bhaskar, welcome to the session.
Hey, hi, Manmeet. Hello, everyone. Yeah, nice to meet you all. Yep.
Yes. And we also have Surabhi with us. I'm sure many of you all have already heard of this company called Career Guide. It's one of the leaders in India in terms of career counseling. I really love the passion with which Surabhi runs this company. No, I'm really serious. And I've been following Surabhi's journey for a long, long time now. And I think this genuine intent of wanting to help students take the right career decisions, and which is why she's here today as well to share all of her learnings of guiding lakhs of students over the years.
Hey everybody, so lovely to have you guys here and super excited to talk about this topic on engineering and computer engineering, because I myself happen to be from BITS Pilani. Being an engineer, worked with technology. Yes, I worked with first Apple iPhone chipsets, and then moving out and doing something in education technology. So definitely would love to talk to all the aspirants of engineering and future engineers. We definitely need all of you to build this country.
Awesome. So let's get started. Let me lay down the problem statement. Okay. Thoda sa, I'll share context with everybody. Look, I think today India has this huge IT industry, right? Today India does almost like Saudi Arabia jitna oil bechta hai. India does that much export of software, right? I think it's $230 billion. Everybody knows about this. There are a lot of these now new age companies also coming and setting up, like I think 15 years, 20 years back, a Walmart and the kind of job that Bhaskar is doing in India wouldn't have been possible. And similarly, I mean, Amazon, Facebook, etc., all of these huge companies are setting up bases in India. Now, because of that, what's happening is that invariably, like no matter what branch of engineering you do, a lot of people are getting into IT. If you look at the data there, 80% of the people get into IT jobs today. And now, because of that, what's happening is that primary choice for class 12 students who want to pursue engineering is becoming what? Computer science. Okay? Now, when you look at IITs and NITs, there are only limited number of computer science seats, right? Like maybe 2,000 to 3,000 at these good top colleges. So what happens is that then private colleges sort of come in the picture, and now a private college is also regulated, right, by various bodies like AICT, etc. And they can only offer X number of seats for, let's say, computer science. They can't just say that, okay, if I had 100 seats for computer science, now I will have 1,000 seats for computer science. So they become creative. What do? They say that, okay, now I have one branch, computer science. Second branch is computer science, let's say, with a specialization in data science. Third branch is computer science with cloud computing, computer science with cybersecurity, gaming, full stack, whatever, right? Like there are 20 options today. And because of which they are able to take more students who focus on computer science, which is fine. But at a student end, students end up really getting confused that so many options, right? Like what's right and what do I pick up? Because this is exist, like this is such a big question कि मैं मेरे life का question है, right? कि मैं क्या पढ़ूं. So this session today is going to unravel all of that for y'all and break it down so that y'all can take an informed decision on choosing what path, specifically which path in computer science. We're keeping a close eye on the chat. We will be handing it over to y'all very soon as well in terms of asking questions. So yeah, that was some context from our side as well. So just give me a second. Yes, I think. Yes, I think one thing that I would want to announce is that Surabhi has been kind enough to. So Career Guide has developed a psychometric test. Maybe Surabhi, you can talk about it. What does the test do? And whoever stays till the end, we will show you how you can take the test as well, right?
Sure.
Maybe Surabhi, if you can give us an overview.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Manmeet. Dear friends, psychometric test is very important. I wish I had it before my college. Psycho means your mind and matrix means measure. That's psychometric. And we want to measure through that what kind of subjects, courses, and careers are so right for you. So here, all of you are engineering aspirants. So should that be electronics for you? Should that be chemical for you? Should that be aeronautical for you? Should that be computer science for you? It will help you identify, because all the engineering branches are different. Where your aptitude lies, where your interest lies. Dear friend, aptitude means your ability, things you have inherited, things you have learned, talent. And interest is your curiosity. कोई कहे ना कहे मैं उस पे तो काम करूंगा ही करूंगा. जैसे नेटफ्लिक्स कोई कहता नहीं है आपको वॉच करने, बट आप बैठ के देखते हो. दैट्स इंटरेस्ट. अगर आपका एप्टीट्यूड और इंटरेस्ट बैलेंस होता है, बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं होता है कि एप्टीट्यूड हाई होगा तब आप एक्सेल करोगे या इंटरेस्ट हाई होगा तब आप एक्सेल करोगे. बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं होता. It's always balance of aptitude and interest. And if you're able to figure out, I have my abilities here and I have my interest here, then that's the branch and that's engineering for you. And this engineering branch selector psychometric test is such a beautiful test. I wish बिट्स पिलानी के एडमिशन से पहले मनमीत आपने मुझे दिया होता ये टेस्ट करने, आपने डिवाइस किया होता ये टेस्ट. So I would not have chosen electronics engineering. So dear friends, I am major in electrical and electronics from BITS Pilani. I enjoyed my program. I enjoyed my course. I had a great job at one of the finest electronics companies in the world. But the key is, could I have excelled and done better with something else? That's just something you need to find out. Don't run. I ran because everybody said, BITS Pilani ka electronics department Asia mein best hai. आंख बंद किया, अप्लाई किया. But when I entered, I realized the world is lot more. I could have done lot more, lot better. And जो end में आपको scalar देगा, मनमीत and team आपको देंगी जो psychometric test, which is free. People do spend more than 1,000 rupees, and other schools and organizations even charge more than 5,000 rupees. So this is coming all complimentary to you. So stay till and stay tuned and do ask a lot of questions.
Yes. Guys who are nudging us to speak in Hindi, we won't be speaking in Hindi because English is something that I think people from South, everywhere, I think people can understand that.
Right.
Yes. So, great. I think let's get started with this. So I think the way we would want to run this session is that instead of us just talking about something, we would want you all to ask questions. So the way to do that is that we are dropping a link to a Google form right now. You will see the link pinned in your chat. And the moment you see that, why don't you open it and write down the question that you want to ask, and I will be able to see those questions on my screen, and then we will pick up some of those questions. Okay. So if I request my teammate Sahiti to drop the form in the chat. Just a second. Allow us a second, guys. We are just pinning the form. Uh, yes. Do you see the pinned comment, everybody? There is a link there. Can you please click on that link and ask us your questions through that? And we will one by one take all of your questions. Okay. So what I'm just sharing my screen. I think the questions are coming in. So thank you so much for that, guys. Uh, so Karthik has just said no. I don't think there's any question here. Yash has said, is 11th class good for computer science? Okay, so you are in class 11th and we are going to talk about it. I think Ayush has asked a very important question. Is computer science going to collapse? So I think he's talking about that tomorrow, what will be the demand for computer science? I have made a note of this and we should talk about this in the future. Uh, who else is excited to know more about this? Let me know in the chat so that we can talk about this. Uh, I think there's another question of why Scalar and why Scalar School of Technology. Maybe we can talk about that as well. CSC and CSC with specialization, which is good. Like this. Thank you, Rishit, for asking this because this is the main agenda, right? So maybe we should go deeper into each specialization uh, and then talk about which one is good. And uh, maybe I will let Bhaskar share all of his learnings there. Uh, there's a college specific question. I don't have any coding knowledge, right? Coding knowledge. I think I can take this. Will I be able to do well in computer science? Is the future good? I think this question is repeated. I think this question is also something, Somil, that we will cover. Which branch has more opportunities? I think we'll talk about this. Uh, what is taught in BTech CSE? I think this is a very good question
Manmeet,
because
sorry to interrupt. Is this going live on YouTube?
yes.
Some of the phone numbers are here.
Okay. So I think Sahiti, if you can see this, can you hide the column, please?
You can minimize it. Just drag it.
Yeah, I don't have edit access. That's why I'm not able to do it right here. So yeah. What is, sorry, where was I? Yeah, what is taught inside computer science? So actually, a lot of people don't even look at the syllabus of something that they're going to study for 4 years, right? So I think this is a very important question. So thank you for asking that question. I think, what are we taught in BTech? So Samriddhi, thank you for that question. Why to choose computer science? I think we'll talk about it. AI in future, value or not value? I think we should definitely talk about AI. So what I'll do is, guys, that I have about 5 or 6 questions already with me, and we will continue monitoring this. But let's jump into it right away and start the session, and then we'll come back to some more questions. Okay. So thank you so much for asking those questions. Maybe Bhaskar, I want to start off with you. Could you share your journey so far with the audience? What have been your learnings? What did you study? What do you do? I mean, like I'm also curious, and I'm sure the audience also is key. What does your day also look like, right?
Sure. Zarur, Manmeet. Hey, hi, everyone. If I talk about my, my career and my, backgrounds and all. So I started my BTech actually from electrical engineering. So I've done my BTech in electrical engineering. The reason मैंने वो किया था because I wanted to go for the government job initially. ये मेरा plan था. But after 4 years, I kind of realized that maybe government job is not best suited for me. I thought कि अगर मैं उतना ही effort या फिर I put more effort in the private sector or in IT sector, I can do much better. From there, actually, my journey after my basically my journey started after 4 years doing my the BTech. So kind of a major BTech tha, which I have done in electrical engineering was kind of a waste in a sense that because it never got used. I never worked as an electrical engineer after that. And then I studied in I started studying computer science after graduating from my college. पहले तो खुद से पढ़ा, I did by my own, and then I was not able to excel it much because there was a lot of gaps in my knowledge and everything. And then eventually I joined Scalar, because if you guys know, the Scalar also has, academic program, the courses which I did, which is more of a 1-year program. So I did that 1-year program and then studied everything Scalar, and eventually got placed in Scalar as well. So after that, I got placed in Walmart and working in Walmart as a software developer for more than 2 years. So that has been my journey so far.
Where were you working before joining Walmart?
Yeah, I was working in Accenture, but I was working in a non-tech support there because I didn't have that much of a background, right? So they never given me that opportunity to work as a developer. So I started working as a non-tech support, but I was not happy with the job. So I make a job switch after that.
Actually, one more question I'm curious on that. I mean, Accenture to Walmart is a huge jump, right? How much?
Yeah.
What was the hike that you got? Just curious.
It was 5x hike because
Wow.
a lot of people, I think you guys are very students, but right, companies like TCS, I just want to make clear, right, there are two kind of a companies are there. If you're going for IT companies, this one is a service based company, other is a product based company. So service based or product based, the major difference is two things, like the culture of work, and second is salary. The most of the service based company is a client based company, which basically depends on the client. They bring a lot of clients and they work for them basically indirectly, and they pay you a much less salary, like let's say 4.5, 5, 6, 6 LPA kind of a max to max. But in product based company, if you join, right, in good companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Walmart, your starting salary is almost more than 25, 30. That is the range, right? So there's a huge difference. So I started in a service-based company, let's say 4 or 5, and then I jumped to like almost 25 to 30 LPA after switching.
Wow.
So that is something
Wow.
you will understand when you
Yes.
get into the industries and all.
Yeah, I just want to summarize what Bhaskar said. I think a lot of people don't know this. Typically, service-based companies, Infosys, Accenture, Wipro, TCS, that's one bucket. Now,
Yep.
most engineers, most people who do BTech will go into these companies, right?
Absolutely.
Then there are product-based companies which need specialized skills, and that's what Scalar is still doing, also helping people
Exactly.
get those specialized skills, and of course they pay much higher as well. Now, Bhaskar, thank you so much for explaining also like what is the difference between the two, higher quality of work,
Yep.
etc. Uh, could you share right now what a day looks like for you at Walmart?
Yep, sure. Let's talk about my work. If you have seen the website, right, like Amazon website, right now Walmart is not directly working in India. Of course, they have a company called Flipkart, which they own, which everybody use. But Walmart's like most of the customers are in US. So there is a website of Walmart, just like Amazon, where you go, you buy stuff, you add products to the cart, and then do checkout and then place order. So the whole cart and checkout operation, which is done in the website, right? There is a backend part of it, and we are the backend team which handles the all cart and checkout operations. So that is what we do. So we develop new feature, we roll out new changes. We whatever customers, we what for us the competition is always with the best, companies like Amazon or Costco or other companies which are very top in the market. So unke संग जब when we are competing, we always want to keep our website updated and our something which we do daily. We roll out new changes. We work on development. For now, like I'm a Java developer, Java Spring Boot developer. So mostly I do backend development stuff. So this is how it starts. Right in the morning, I go to office. We have a scrum. Jahan pe we discuss whatever work we have done, what work we have to do today, and that way we progress. So lunch
So
hota hai, and
for
then
people who are listening, like who don't know what Scrum is simply like that people meet on a daily basis. It's like a meeting simply. Yeah.
yes, exactly. It's like a meeting that what work you have done till now and what exactly you want to do today, or which blogs or challenges that we can discuss. So there's always a collaborative, environment in product-based company. Whenever you go, you will just feel that okay, there are always people challenging each other, and you want to progress in the career. So this is the best environment to work on, like mostly the product-based companies. So yeah, this is how it goes. Like mostly it's coding, development,
Awesome.
and meetings.
Thanks, Bhaskar. So I think like of course, so many years, right, since you graduated, and you've gone deep in this field. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you speak to like hundreds of students on a monthly basis or this thing, right? So I want to throw the first question to both of you all. and please share your perspective. What is going to happen for the demand for computer science engineers in the future? Is it going to go up, down? What's really going to happen there?
Let me take this, Bhaskar, first.
Sure.
It's a very logical and common sense question to all the student and aspirants here. We are seeing that everything is getting digitized, from entertainment to education to hospital to road transportation. Today, you are not paying toll tax through your cash. Today, every car, every vehicle has FASTag. That is what? Softwares. Something is communicating digitally. Everything is getting digitized. Everything is getting on computers. That simply means you need more computer engineers, software professionals to manage everything. And that simply answers demand at least is not stopping for next 2, 3, 4 decades, because more and more industry will get computerized, more and more industry will get digitized. Currently legal system is still not digitized, and that's why you see there's so much of backlogs there. It needs to digitize, right? And there's so many such industry. So yes, over to you, Bhaskar.
Yeah, absolutely. Even I agree with that. I don't know why this question comes up so frequently. People say that there won't be a. This is Ravish.
I'll tell you why it comes, Bhaskar. It comes because in the news you keep seeing, like, for example, Devin bana hai, which is going to take away. So that's why people ask this, or they probably see in the news that IT companies in India are not doing well. So I'll also share my perspective, but yeah, that's where the question comes from.
Yeah, understand. See, lot of news are just noise. Not it never ग्राउंड में उसका उतना रियलिटी नहीं रहता जितना न्यूज में रहता है. न्यूज इज ऑलवेज सेंसेशनलाइज्ड. इवन यूट्यूब्स जो आप देखोगे ना, ये टॉकिंग अबाउट दे आर गुड थिंग्स, ओके, बट दे आर नॉट देयर टू ईट अप योर जॉब्स. Developers jobs are not going anywhere because developers are the core, they're middle of everything. Like, उनके around ही पूरा revolve करता है. If they are gone, then who will work? So that's not going anywhere. And in fact, more and more work is coming in India, as already said, right? For me, Walmart, there was, like, in our team, right, Sam's Club, there used to be only 40-50 people in India. Right now, there's almost more than 1,000-2,000 people. So the work has increased actually, and it's already increasing. It's not going down. In fact, more and more work is coming from outside, like from US and other places to India, is because of the market situation, right? Because
interesting thing share karta hu, Bhaskar. Like, we recently had a very senior leader from Google visit the Scalar School of Tech campus.
Yep.
He was sharing, of course, like, he was sharing in confidence that in the US, for every engineer who is let go of, right, there are 3 hired in India.
Exactly.
And that's a trend, right? Like, you see all of these people really ramping up. So don't get this wrong, guys. I think computer science and maybe I'll share a couple of more things. So Bhaskar, over to you in case you want to add anything here. Otherwise, I'll share something around AI and what I feel there.
I wanted to add to it, Bhaskar, once we finish it.
Yeah, sure. See, one thing I can tell you with my experience, changes will be there. In IT sector is a very fast growing industry. Changes will be there. So instead of sitting outside, it's better to work in a company and be the part of the change. Because whenever any change happens in the company, right, and you are part of it, then you can experience it and you can even work on it. For example, there are people who have been working in IT industry for last 30 years, like my manager. And like, he's a very senior person. He's working in this industry for 30 years and he has seen all the changes happen in the industry. पहले मतलब क्या ही था? Even development used to be so tough. Then eventually the new tools have come up जो हमें help किया है. Every time new tools comes up and people say the jobs जाएगा, but ऐसा होता नहीं है. In fact, the jobs always increase. So this is the actual reverse trend which we have seen. So instead of sitting outside and thinking कि ऐसा होगा, वैसा होगा, ऐसा होगा, it's all rubbish. It's better to be part of the company, to be part of the change. You will evolve with the company. If company is evolving, you will also evolve. You पीछे नहीं जाओगे तुम. In fact, आगे ही जाओगे.
I wanted to add this for all the listeners, especially when Manmeet touched upon that jobs in US. It's very interesting. If you have an IT education from India, you have more chances of visa and migrations to all the nations across the world. So STEM education and IT education is respected across the world, and you have easy migration. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. ठीक है, तो इस पे maybe like I can share 1 or 2 inputs, and I think some of the one of the person had also asked about AI, right? Like, is it booming, not booming? So let me share some interesting facts with you all, right? Like, I don't know if you all know what a transistor is, but in short, a transistor is basically what powers this laptop that I'm probably using, right? Like it's something which processes data. Okay. Now, in short, the more the transistors on a chip, right, the more powerful the chip is. Now, when we were back in college, right? So let's say that I'm going back to when I graduated, 2010. Uh, let's say if I look at some of the processors here, i7, uh, I can see that there are 1 billion transistors in a chip like this. Okay, when I used to think about it, then I used to think that, oh my god, 1 billion in a chip of this size. And I was like, how do these guys do it? So I'm sure you also relate to this, right? Since you
Right.
worked in this field.
Yeah.
Now, cut to today. If I scroll down and if I look at the most recent Blackwell GPU, which was released by NVIDIA, you see this number here? It is 208 billion transistors on a chip. 200 times grow ho gaya over the last 15 years. Now, why am I even sharing this? What is the relevance in this discussion? Is that very few people know this, but जो 2017 में the CEO of NVIDIA had delivered some of these chips to who? OpenAI. And OpenAI used these chips to train their models, and after 5 years of training, they released ChatGPT. And these chips are the ones which are powering AI, and because of which AI today is become this, like people are comparing it to the internet in the 1990s, right? So just like in 1990s, you didn't know that you can, do Blinkit in 8 minutes today, or so many fantastic companies which exist today. You don't know what will exist 15, 20 years, but this is for sure that AI is going to go in every industry and is going to disrupt things, right? And I can see it already around. Like Scalar is a tech company. Inside Scalar also, there's a lot of like AI-based applications being used. So you don't get this wrong. I think all of this negative news and all that, like no one will share all of this in news because this is slightly positive stuff, right? So I also want to share one more quick thing, like because sorry, I'm a little passionate about this, so I get excited. I don't know how many of you all have heard about this company called Unitree. Okay, they recently launched the Unitree G1. This is last year, and this robot, right, is not something which will happen 2 years down the line. This exists today. Like I can purchase this. This is a China-based company, and again, like people think it's robotics, but let me explain to you how this works. You see this Unitree Robot Unified Large Model. Now, essentially, robot ka jo mind hai na, that is software. And you can train the robot using learning this language, and you need to know technology, you need to know coding for that. And which is why I feel that in the future also, because the fundamentals to do well in AI is computer science engineering only, right? So all of these people who will learn these skills will ride this AI wave, and that's why I wanted to share this. Like AI is going to boom and it's going to change, and like just follow some of this because Unitree and some of these companies are very not that well known today, but these companies are going to be some of the largest companies in the world because pura ka pura industry, pura ka pura factory will be run by these kind of robots. Like if you see the kind of things that they can do, right? So yeah, demand for CS question done. AI, why is it booming? Future of AI done. I think let's talk about, Bhaskar, what are the options to specialize in computer science, and as per your learning, which one is the best one?
Okay, yeah. See, specializations, of course, you already have heard about, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, blockchain, cybersecurity, data science. A lot of things are there, web development as well. Yeah, this all things are specialization, which comes after you get a knowledge about the development first. The basic development, how a code works, how it functions, the DSA and everything. So the basics will be something which you should first focus on. जो आप ऐसे भी focus करोगे first 2-3 years, and then the specialization will come. Okay, so the specialization is completely depends on the interest. For example, a lot of people have interest in artificial intelligence. They are fascinated about it and they want to work on it. But to be very frank, if I talk about in terms of a company perspective, right, it's not something which you will just go into the company and you start working from day one. Okay, it's something which need a bit of experience. You work in a company as a developer, and then you go into some specialization field after you gain some experience. Okay, so even if you have a lot of interest, you might have to focus on your basics first, and then you can go with your whatever specialization you have. Especially because in companies, what happens, right? If they are working in, let's say, cutting edge technologies, or they want to develop new things like blockchain, and they want to integrate a lot of things, very specific people work on those things. Not everybody, not everyone in the company works on it. People having very ultra skills and have a very good interest in it, and have a good experience as well, start working on it. So what I believe is that basics should be the first thing we should learn, and then whatever you have interest, whatever interest you have in one of the specialization you can do. Because by the time you learn it, right, you will have a quite a understanding ki kaun sa mere liye best hai. Okay? Because right now you are just started. So the field is open. So you will be very flexible. So learn the basics first, learn those things, and once the times comes, you will understand which one to choose. That's what I just wanted to say.
Sure. Surabhi, you want to add something to this?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, I'll suggest do not get into it because everybody's getting into it. That should be the first thing, right? It's very important. I want to share it with everybody. And because you all are so young and so impressionable, it's very common to come under impression because parents said you will get a 25 lakh rupees job. Or Bhaskar said, I am jumped 5x. Don't do it because of it. Do it because know that can you be that person who can sit for 10 hours in front of computer alone and enjoy yourself. All the specialization, and ultimately you have to know technologies will keep improvising. Today you will learn X, tomorrow you will learn Y. Today the kind of AI you are talking about, by the time you all will graduate in 4 years, it will be totally different. So this won't be your 11th and 12th CBSE exams where you're mugging and you're learning and you're going and vomiting in exam papers. If you're hands-on, you're practical, willing to learn yourself, not waiting for scalers, teachers to teach you, but you are going ahead and coming to them and saying, hey, tell me, how can I do this? I've learned this. Can you improvise this? Can you tell me? Then do it. And here I want to add, Manmeet, the small story, a real story. So I had last year I had a student who was getting into one of the top institutes, two of the branches, computer science and mechanical engineering. And he and his father came and spoke to me about finding it out. Should I take mechanical engineering or should I take computer engineering? So we talked about what is involved in mechanical engineering, what is day in life. The way Bhaskar explained, my day in life is like this. In computer engineering, that's my day in life. And when he learned that computer means I'll get big salary, but I will have to spend 10 to 12 hours in front of computer, maybe alone, maybe with tea, he said, I think I'm okay with taking some cut in salary, but I want to go with mechanical because I'm a very athletic person. I want to get more hands-on, right? This is honesty. This is very important. And remember, if you have that, people will be willing to give you salary. 10x, 5x, 7x, you will go ahead.
And I think the test that we will tell you about will help you. Like as a student, I would probably say that how do I even know what I'm good at or interested in? So I think the test should definitely help you evaluate that to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
Okay. So to the question of CS specializations and like should I choose something which is general or choose something like I'm just summarizing what I learned from Bhaskar, Surabhi, and I'm sharing my learnings on top of it also. So. And also like building Scalar School of Technology, right? Like we've literally, while building Scalar School of Technology, we've built it with leaders from Microsoft. And at Scalar also, we've been around for 10 years. So we know how things work, right? So there, share Scalar's this thing. So let me just share my screen and our thought process over there, right? So this is our website. Like in case you haven't seen it, you can go check it out. Here, there is the curriculum part of it. And यहाँ पे there is this file which is the detailed curriculum. So I'm just clicking on this and I'll take you through it, which will explain the point that I'm making. Now, the way this SST curriculum is structured is that phase 1 is a generic phase, which is like everyone has to do it, right? Now, we call it building the fundamentals of computer science. So basics of computer programming, and the, most ideally, right? Like the way to do it is not like you have to do it practically by building things, right? So learning by building projects. So for example, um, if let's say data structures, now data structures ke sath sath, if you build this project, let's say an LRU cache system, then you really learn. Slightly more relatable example would be, let's say, building a rock paper scissor game for web development, right? So when you practically learn, you are going to gain a lot, and that's the whole concept of Scalar School of Technology. We are inspired by how doctors learn, right, in a very practical way through senior doctors inside the hospital, right? Same thought process here, that engineers will learn from senior engineers, people who worked at a Google, Amazon. They teach them, and they teach them in a very practical way. Now, 2 years of fundamentals followed by 1 year of internship. Now, what this does is, this internship, that you go out there, you experience the world, you see real world problems, and you discover yourself. Like you know, okay, my interest probably is in AI. My interest, and at 12th standard age, it's very difficult to know that, right? Once you do it, that's when you realize. So, cybersecurity, for example, is something that I'm seeing in the chat, etc. So, once you experience in a company, you know that. And then finally, in the 4th year is your specialization phase, right? So my suggestion would be that whoever's thinking about this, keep it generic initially, and then later on, as you grow, as you experience, as you know yourself better, you can choose like an area of specialization. And this is the 4th year, which is also a master's, like in Scalar School of Technology. The 4th year is a master's program where you can choose a specialization. And here we've got artificial intelligence, data science, going deeper into software development, blockchain. We've got things like whatever we spoke about, right? Cybersecurity, etc., etc. So that really like is the right time to take that decision, is basically what I'm saying. And whenever you do that, I mean, all of the learning, we should do it in a practical way. So for example, since we are talking about AI, the best way to learn is, let's say, if you implement a software system for a self-driving car, right? So yeah, I highly encourage, someone was asking that what is the curriculum of computer science, right? If you go through this document, and maybe someone from my team can probably share the link to exploring this, and then you know ki, acha, is this looking exciting or not looking exciting for me? And you can like take a call basis that. So Bhaskar, I also really agree with your. I mean, thoda sa market reality ko samajh ke we should take a call. So could you share which specialization or field has the most amount of demand currently? What is the reality there?
Web development. A lot of people have interest in data science and all, which is fine. जो होना चाहिए ना, अगर है, if you have interest, you should go for it. But what I have experienced, this is my personal experience, which I will share, that whichever company you go, right, the majority of people which they hire is the developers. Okay. For example, let's say even if someone wants to start a company, so data science team doesn't come into play at the start. First, they want to build the company. First, they want to build the products. They want to launch into market. They want to see how the reaction is there, how people are receiving their products, and how the companies are growing. And then after a certain point of time, then they read different people like data science, AI, and because this is all addition to what they are already doing. It's not something which is like separate. It's something addition which already is doing. So development or web development, it have a bigger scope. If I tell you, if you can learn these things, that has a bigger scope, because every company we need developer. Without developer, no company can survive. IT company, there is no IT company without developers. Simple. Okay. Yeah. So that is something which I will say that has a highest demand.
Great. So full stack developer is what you're saying.
Exactly.
And in the future, as things grow around AI, robotics, maybe those also go up.
Those also goes up. Yep.
cybersecurity, blockchain. I think what people don't realize is कि उसके लिए वो base तो has to be the same, which is computer science.
Yes, exactly. Uske baad people have experience on these things, and then they feel ki, okay, I have this much of expertise. I have worked on this earlier, and I have interest as well. So I want to particularly work in this area because this area is very super. I would say like not everybody works on it. It's काफी super close area. मतलब कम लोग काम करते हैं, or like even if in a company, if there are people who are working in cyber security, it will be comparatively अगर if you look on the employees, it will be very less than compared to the what developers are there. Developer will be अगर इतना है तो cyber security पे काम करने वाले उस समय से or maybe 5% or some 1 or 2% will be there. So that is very expertise. Like बहुत expert में काम कर रहे हैं. But overall picture, if you see, the majority of people will be developers only. The full stack development.
Right. Thanks. Okay. I think one of the questions that was asked earlier was that how do I know if computer science is right for me, right? I think, and usme bhi ek further question that if I don't know coding, like, will I be able to do well? So I think let's answer it one by one. Let's say, Surabhi, like, what are the core skills that one should have right now to decide that if computer science is right for me or not?
Before I answer this question, I really want to congratulate you guys for creating this 1 year of internship in between the course curriculum and not towards the end. To all the audience, this is not a promotion at all. I myself have studied from BITS Pilani. I have all my friends from IITs. This is something which is very, very unique. In all the colleges is the last semester which happens as internship, but by the time you go, you don't have anything to return back and learn. So this is fantastic module, fantastic. So congratulations to whoever has designed this curriculum, and this definitely, I think the internship exposure is the maximum one would get in. So just before that, I would have missed on that point. What's the skill, right? See, somebody did ask, don't have coding experience. Can I get into computer engineering? Absolutely. Your courses in 10th, 11th, 12th teach you computer science. So you will never know whether I can code or not. But few things definitely you can know, and which I was pointing out. Are you somebody who works alone? Can you work alone? Are you somebody who's good with computers for 10 hours a day and still not be tired? Are you somebody who can take initiative and learn for yourself and not mug and vomit or get into a lot of theories? And Manmeet, which you taught me, are you somebody who does a lot of jigsaw puzzles and sudokus like of things, Are you somebody who likes doing, what do you call Rubik cubes? Do you like sudokus? Do you like Rubik cubes kind of thing? It will fit in for you, right? And top of it, before you jump in, it's not about money investment. It's more about your time investment, right? You can't reverse your 4 years and you can't reverse your frustration. So it's very important you go build a small 2-pager or 1-pager website of your own name. It's very easy to do you can just Google, look at one YouTube, pick one tutorial of WordPress, right? Or Wix.com, right? If you are not able to do in next 4 days or 5 days, I'll say don't think of getting it, right? If you think that I don't know how to book my domain name, I don't know how to make this 1-pager website of mine, like a resume to send to colleges, I'll say don't do it. And if you tell that I'm not able to find what's on YouTube, how to do a Wix website or how to do a WordPress website, dear friend, you won't be able to survive for next 4 years then. Because there's so much of self-learning you have to do. You won't be able to blame to teachers. Professors were not good. They didn't teach this subject. Subject was not over, sorry. Nothing in computer science. You can say this in chemical engineering. You can say this in electronics. You can say this in electrical. But you cannot say this in computer engineering because people like us in electronics and electricals, we had an excuse. How do I get a chip of 2 billion transistor, right? And then how can I experiment? But you have all the interfaces when it comes to computers. So friends, do look at these parameters before you make a jump. It's not about college. It's not about money. It's about your 4 years, which you need to keep in mind.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one thing I wanted to add about the internship part, right? This 1 year internship is something which is, I like this thing the best because I've seen people taking internship in even my company and other companies, and they only come for maybe say 3 months, 4 months, max to max 6 months. Okay. So most of the people who come for internship like 3, 4 months, we don't even take them seriously much, the interns, especially in big companies. Maybe in startup they work, but in big companies, we don't even take them much seriously because we know that unko samajhne mein, just to understand the things, like they will take almost 2 months. So what work they will do in 3, 4 months? It will be almost nothing, negligible. A lot of engineers who comes as an intern, right, even from IIT or NIT, they don't have much experience in computer science, like because they have not worked on it. They are coming from IIT, of course, which is a very prestigious college, but they have not worked on it properly. Even in IITs, a lot of people who learns like DSAs and everything, they learn from their seniors, they learn from their groups, so they learn it by themselves itself. Okay, that's what happens. So a lot of people who comes even from IIT as a fresh graduate, even they takes a lot of time to understand a lot of things, because real life में even they have not seen this kind of a thing, right? This kind of इस level पे work उन्होंने कभी किया भी नहीं होता. So one thing which I really envy you guys is that from day one you wanna study those things. So you will always have an edge in the market. So after studying here for 4 years, from the day one you can perform in the company, which is very rare. Which is very very rare. Even people coming from IIT also struggle with those things.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think Scalar School of Tech, whoever opts for it, definitely will have an edge. But I think that aside, Bhaskar, I just want to summarize, like in a simple way, and this is from learnings. Summarize ki who should take computer science and who should not take computer science, and these are some learnings over the years that we've had at Scalar. I think number one correlation that we see with people who do well in computer science is problem solving skills kiske achhe hote hain, right? And to check that, there is a subject called mathematics that you need to be good at, right? I think there is a very clear correlation of people who enjoy mathematics, and they enjoy it because they enjoy problem solving, right? And then they do well. And in fact, the way, and it's just want to share this, that the entrance test we were making for Scalar School of Tech, we didn't want to do the JEE route, right? Like JEE tests you for chemistry. There's absolutely no correlation between learning organic chemistry and doing well in computer science. So we didn't want to do that. So we designed the test from scratch, and we actually test 3 things. And these are the same 3 things that you need to ask yourself, that are you good at it or not? So one is mathematics. Second is logical reasoning. Again, when you write code, right, you need to structure things very, very well. You need to know how this will flow to that. And that's what logical reasoning is about, right? And third is a very interesting thing, is learnability. Like Surabhi was saying, that today we are learning X, tomorrow you'll learn Y. Tech is a field that changes almost constantly, right? And therefore, how do you test if someone can learn quickly? And we've done some innovations there, where you're given a set and some data, and like, can you in the test only look at that data and solve certain problems, right? So you should ask yourself these questions. If you are good in, let's say, 2 of these 3, then high chances that you will do well in computer science. Forget the branch, forget cybersecurity. You don't need to worry about that. That's the truth. Why did I share that initially? वो colleges ने extra branch खोल रखे हैं. They have opened it because they want more seats for computer science. Don't unnecessarily put pressure on yourself that I need to know which specific of computer science I need to do well, because you don't need. You just need to answer these 3 fundamental questions, right? So I hope, like, people in the chat, we are keeping a good eye on the chat. So you got a good idea of like what you've come for. So I think that part is clear. Maybe the coding knowledge part, I can throw some light on it. See, if you notice in our test also, is there a coding test? Absolutely no. Because someone who's good at maths and problem solving will pick up coding. Coding is like is a language, right? It's a way to express yourself. So even when let's say the Amazon test, right, or Walmart ka bhi jo test hoga, Bhaskar, that you would have taken, the first round in an interview is a test that you take. In that test, I'm sure when you see the coding problem, you don't directly start coding, right? Like, you think of the problem, you take a pen, paper, you write, you solve the problem, and then you code. So code is just 30%, but 70% is problem solving, cracking the code, right? So that learning to code is actually easy. And the course also, I mean, like most courses will be designed in a way that they start from if else statement, like very, very basic things. And at Scalar School of Tech also, 65% of our learners know zero coding when they join. Today, 10 months into the program, they are winning coding competitions, they're taking part in hackathons, and a lot of amazing things, a lot of projects on campus and all of that. So that's what I want to share. Like, you don't worry about knowing coding right now. But yeah, does this excite you? The three things that I asked you to ask yourself, agar wo sab sahi hai, to you can go ahead and do this, right? Great. In case you guys want to add anything, otherwise we can just jump to some more questions.
We are good.
Okay. Great. So I'm looking at the sheet once more. Let's see. I think there's a lot of worry, and I still see the comments like software engineering. To abhi AI karne wala hai. I think maybe these people have joined late. We have addressed some of this, and that's absolutely not the truth. Let's see some other questions. What programming language should I learn, Bhaskar? I think we get this question a lot. Sai Prasad, thanks for asking this question.
See, there is different language which they are comfortable with. Okay, but I will suggest it that you can start with a more of a tougher language, just like C++. Not the other way around. Okay, so if you can understand C++, Java, which is more complex, then you can also understand the Python and other easier languages. So yeah, you can start with this, and then you can learn others as well. But to be very frank, whatever language you feel, just एक language भी सीखो, अच्छे से सीखो. Because ultimately, when you go for the interviews or you go for the placements, are right, like you will get a choice. Whichever languages you are comfortable with, you can give an interview on that. So that's the thing. So even if you learn 10 languages and if you feel that you are better than others, that's not the case. ठीक है, अगर एक language भी सीखा है, अच्छे से सीखा है, that is enough to get through the interviews and all.
ठीक है. Thanks. I think there's an interesting question from Arka Ghosh. His question is that, let's say that I take up ECE as a branch, electronics, right, as a branch, and I study computer science part-time while pursuing ECE in college. Okay. How advisable is that? That let's say I'm getting a good brand, XYZ college. It's a better brand, but I'm not getting computer science. Or there's another college which is slightly lower, but there I'm getting computer science. How should I look at it?
Oh my God, this is very interesting. But if you would have given a perspective in terms of college, it would have been much easier to answer. Because in this combination, college would really make a factor. But I'll definitely, Arika, right? Arika. So Arika,
goes.
It's very important that if you have an option of computer science at an equally good college, and you really want to learn it, do that, right? No point going to EC in that case. But let's say we're talking about super brand, and you're getting EC there, and then you say that I want to make a career in computer science, let me learn it side by. I think I'm okay with it, but it's only if it's a super brand. If it's not a super brand, don't go ahead with it.
Right. Bhaskar,
you might have a difference in opinion, yeah.
I think Bhaskar has gone through this journey, so maybe he can talk about it.
Yeah. See, again, actually, unka point sahi hai.
Bhaskar studied electrical, right? In undergraduation, yeah.
Yes, I have studied electrical, and see, to be very frank, if you want to take any other branch just because the college is good and you feel that you can do it by yourself, even if the college is not teaching you, just for the reputation of the college you are joining. So the reputation has to be very good. Like it should be IIT. If it is not IIT, going any other college apart from IIT for other branches apart from CS is not worth it. I tell you why. Because whatever you have to study, right, in CS, क्योंकि कॉलेज में तो पढ़ाने वाला नहीं है, professors won't teach you, so half of your time will go into the subject which you have chosen. For example, let's say I have chosen electrical or somebody chosen electronics. You have to give the time because semester भी pass करना है उसमें तो fail नहीं कर सकते ना. You have to clear those things, and even rest of the time you want to study CS, it will take a lot of time. मतलब वो फिर you are not utilizing your full potential, then you are restricting yourself. For example, in 4 years I didn't study CS, right? So I have kind of a wasted that time because जो भी मैंने पढ़ाई की, अच्छा, I like the subject. It's not like I didn't like the electrical, but that is not something which I am working. ठीक है? So whatever study I have done after 4 years, or a lot of people who takes different basically course लेते हैं कोई और electrical electronics, they have to study apart from what they are already studying, the core subject which they are studying. So why to do that until unless it's a very good college, the top IIT college, and you are getting the other branches, तब समझ आता है. Otherwise it doesn't make sense, to be very frank.
All right, great. I think I can see some comments around ki matlab future of jobs in computer science. I think similar sort of. I think people are worried about that. Hey, will this field get too saturated? So, Bhaskar, Surabhi, like in case you all have any data or any inputs again on that, would be super helpful.
See, a lot of clickbait news we are talking about, and somebody who said that computer science ki job AI le legi. For a most layman person, dear friends, consider everything computer science. All the specialization is your computer science, and this happens with your MBA, your most popular career option. Everybody's MBA, they don't think about specialization, they do general. IIM Ahmedabad also gives you general MBA, and depending on how you split further. So don't worry about AI, cybersecurity, blockchain, all of it's all computer science, finally, a upgraded version, right? A more advanced version, but it's all computer science. That's one. Second, jobs will not be lost. Jobs will come in. The jobs where it will be lost would be your blue collars and pink collars, if you understand. White collar jobs will increase. When I say white collar jobs, my friend, it means manager level, middle level. When I say blue collar and pink collar, junior level jobs. So, for example, there a lot of digital work. Let's say we used to have a lot of graphic designers or animators who would learn 2 to 3 years of courses, but now there's beautiful other technology which is able to do. Or content writers have shifted to chat GPT, but the good creative writers are still in demand. You cannot source it to AI. So junior level jobs might go away. For example, if at a e-commerce warehouse where Amazon or Flipkart is sending you some packages, so packages were happening through manual labor, machine is doing it, which is running through softwares, right? You must have heard about Lay's and chips and Coca-Cola, this kind of automation in manufacturing. So you don't have to worry about your job. The people who are not able to think logically, people who are not able to have learnability might have to think about their job, right? But if you have learnability and if you have logical reasoning, don't worry, you have more and more and more jobs coming on your way. Absolutely, because who will run these machines? Humans. It's as simple as that. Like Bhaskar was saying, new tools means new job. As simple as that. Nothing to worry about. The computer science job will be gone. But yes, if you have taken computer science under peer pressure, or because you heard Bhaskar got 5x, right? Or you heard your uncle's son got something, and that's why you're doing it and your heart is not in it. You don't understand anything. Somebody gave you something, you copied from internet, showed it to somebody to get a grade. That's when you have to do. You will not get a job, and then you will come and say, Surabhi told on the webinar there's a lot of job, but I didn't get the job. Right? Then you might put a blame, and then you might write a story on Instagram that I did computer engineering, I didn't get a job. Dude, you were not meant for it. You should have maybe written a novel. You should have become an influencer. Something else you could have done. So find that out. And stay till end to find that out, because you have psychometric test towards the end. Yes, Manmeet.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah, even
absolutely.
wanted to add this one thing. See, the high skill job will not going anywhere. So it's all about skill. If you have that much high skills, right? No jobs will go. And see, लोग कहते हैं कि saturation will come. The only way the saturation is coming when the job is stagnant and the demand is increased, the people increasing. But that's not the case. In fact, everything is getting digitalized. हर चीज डिजिटलाइज हो रहा है और जॉब्स भी इंक्रीज हो रही है. जितना लोग अगर if people are moving to computer science, then job is also increased. That's why people are moving and more jobs are creating. Just because people are moving, everything is becoming digital, and people have started thinking कि और कैसे digitalize करें. मतलब ये अगर lot of bring software, so people are using more and more brains to apply software everywhere. धीरे धीरे everything, and people are loving it. It's not like people are resisting it. आज अगर हम full delivery कर पा रहे हैं या फिर 15 मिनट में आ रहा है तो हम resist थोड़े कर रहे हैं. We are welcoming it. बोले कि अरे और होना चाहिए, और होना चाहिए. So demand is not decreasing. It's actually an increasing trend. तो saturation तब आता है जब वहां पे saturation आ गया कि हाँ यहाँ पे ये stop हो चुका है market, ये बढ़ नहीं रहा है, and the people are increasing. But that's not happening. In fact, जॉब मार्केट इंक्रीज हो रहा है एंड उसके साथ साथ लोग भी इंक्रीज हो रहे हैं. सो आई थिंक द परसेप्शन इज वेरी रॉन्ग. ठीक है, यू शुड होलिस्टिक वे में देखना चाहिए कि हाउ द मार्केट इज बिहेविंग, हाउ लाइक खुद को ही देखो ना आसपास. एवरीथिंग हैज चेंज इन लास्ट 10 years. इंटरनेट सस्ता होने के बाद तो इंडिया में 100 ऑलमोस्ट यूनिकॉर्न्स, मोर देन 100 यूनिकॉर्न्स आर देयर इन इंडिया. तो कभी पॉसिबल, हमने तो यूनिकॉर्न सुना भी नहीं था. लाइक इवन आई वाज इन कॉलेज, आई नेवर हर्ड अबाउट दिस टर्म कॉल्ड यूनिकॉर्न. आफ्टर ग्रेजुएटिंग फ्रॉम कॉलेज ओनली आई अंडरस्टैंड, ओके, दिस कंपनीज वी कॉल यूनिकॉर्न. ठीक है, तो so much has changed. Yeah.
Adding to this, and you mentioned fast delivery, 5 minutes, did you ever think that people would need 5 minutes running around groceries? That's digital, that's software. So with more and more advent of AI, whatever you want to call, you will have a lot of new solutions which you can't even imagine. Things we were doing physically or whatever way things will start happening on softwares and digital and on web and mobile, etc. Genuinely, I didn't think that 2 years back I would be wanting groceries or internet.
I have a question for the audience. Which is the world's most valuable company as of today? I'm not sure how many of them follow the news. Maybe just put it in the chat. I'll wait for a second. Yeah, I think some of them got it right. Some of them don't know. So it's NVIDIA. It's no longer Microsoft. NVIDIA overtook Microsoft a few days back. It might go down again. But the point is that NVIDIA's CEO, his name is Jensen, he spoke about, he said this line: software ate the world. This is a very famous line from another famous guy, Mark Anderson. Last 20 years, software ate the world. Now AI is going to eat software, which means that AI is going to disrupt many industries. And I am super excited. I mean, like, this ko jo bolna hai, bolne do. Yeah. People who are going to like build careers in AI will this thing. And I often give this
software ate whether software is eating or AI is eating, it's computer engineering.
Exactly. Like I read, actually, there's a question which proves this point that people don't completely understand this. I think Jaivaria had this question that I want to do CS, but my uncle said that I should do AI and machine learning instead of CS.
Friend,
what
it's
should
the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like CS forms the fundamentals of AI, right?
Yeah.
In fact, computer science engineering, see the curriculum, you will have AI subjects in it. Okay. So, yeah, back to this. I think we can take a few more questions and then we will show the psychometric test. How should you go about it? Let me share my screen and see if, and you all can also see if there are some interesting questions that you spot here. Humanity student, field of computer science after class 12, please tell me. I doubt this, right? Ma'am, do you think you can study computer science with humanities?
Manmeet, here it is. You can do with humanities. You can definitely do computer science. Maybe the degree might not be called BTech, but there are a lot of BCA programs or diploma programs or certification which you can do it, right? You can definitely do it, but your degree might not be BTech for 4 years, and you can get even good job. So here the interesting thing is, if you have this learnability, logical reasoning, and problem solving, the subject combination don't really matter. And I'll add, if you can go self-learn and check yourself. Remember, I asked you to do one page of website of yours in next 4 or 5 days. Do it. If you're able to do it by learning yourself, you perfectly can do it. But Manmeet, here I want to ask you a question. So does Scalar has the eligibility of having maths, physics, chemistry for its entrance exam?
So at Scalar, what like we truly believe कि it doesn't matter commerce आपने भी किया हो, but if you, as long as you've taken mathematics and you feel you're good in it, then I think we accept. So,
okay, but if I have not taken mathematics, I am not eligible to sit down. Okay,
that's
sure.
I think Utkarsh, your question of that, if I go to a tier 3 college roadmap, I think genuinely our curriculum, the document that I was sharing, is a very good roadmap. Like if you can try and build some of those projects, some of those skills, some of those subjects well in college, as you can do that, you will do well. Financial condition, you couldn't get into Scalar. I think I would urge you to basically look at financing options. If you've cleared the test, I'm not sure, but if you have, then I think maybe just talk to your counselor. They might be able to help you out. Does SST have a specialization in CS for gaming? Cause I want to get into the game development industry. So answer is no, we don't have a specialization for gaming. However, our first year students are already building games. Okay. Like recently, a student of ours built a gesture controlled gaming system, and that went viral. Using like fingers, he was controlling a car game. I'm not sure, Bhaskar, Surabhi, if you saw that, right? So a lot of game development enthusiasts are on campus, and there are two students, Zaid and Ayan, for example, are starting a game development club. So there is a student interest club which then keeps on tinkering, and we support them by connecting them to industry leaders who are sort of building games. So pretty cool stuff happening on campus. You can check that out. Let's see how to choose a particular domain. I think quantum computing is a good quantum computing तक पहुंच गए Bhaskar लोग. You want to talk about that, like from like choosing that as a specialization?
I mean, it's too soon. I would say it's too soon. If you have interest, for example, I tell you a story. Like a lot of people in their childhood used to say that I want to become a doctor, I want to become this and that. But when you grow in your career, right, when you go, मतलब schools करते हो, college करते हो, तो things changes, right? So if you have interest in quantum computing, that's great. But I would still tell you to wait till the specialization come, because there will be a lot of things happening in first 3 years, and you will explore more than these things. Just ये नहीं होगा, बहुत चीजें you will explore, a lot of things you will explore, and you might find interest in something else as well by the time you choose your specialization and you want to do it. Okay, if you have interest, that's good. That's one thing which you can which will drive you towards that. Okay, but along the way, I think you should also have a flexibility that, okay, if something better comes in your way and you feel that you have more interest in other things, you can go there as well. Okay, so that would be my advice.
Perfect. I'll quickly take Rajesh's question. I think the question is that is your institute recognized a UGC? The degree that you get, is it recognized or not? So quick answer there is that all of our students also enroll in the BITS Pilani program, and because of that, they get a degree which is UGC recognized, right? And because of that, वो उसकी validity and let's say in the future, if people want to give government exams, people want to do further studies, all of that is possible. So you can check our website for that also. CSE specialization, I think we spoke about this. I'm currently getting admission in MIT Pune. I have 1-2 months. I think, Nemish, you can check out our YouTube channel, Scalar School of Tech YouTube channel. There's a roadmap that we've put out on what you can do to start off with, etc., etc. So go check that out. That will be super helpful for you. Bhaskar, I think I'm seeing this question for the second time. CS versus IT, like what's the difference between computer science as a branch and information technology as a branch?
Mm, not much difference. I think the few subjects will be here and there, but almost it's same. It's not much
Manmeet,
difference.
Bhaskar, I want to add here, and Manmeet, we were talking about this over phone also. Dear friends, in college, when you see computer science, IT, computer science with AI, computer science with cybersecurity, computer science with electronics, computer science with robotics, you will get all this. Now, you have to understand a college or university has a maximum number of seat allotted by our governing body called AICT. Now, when they have, so let's say a university, ABC University, got 60 seat in computer science. Now they see a lot of students coming in who are showing interest in computer science. Now they cannot do more than 60 seats in computer science. Now they will make another course which is called information technology, one or two subject additional here and there,
Correct.
and will be information technology.
Correct.
Now the 60 seat is also filled. There's a lot of demand. What do we do? Let me create a computer science with AI. Now this is also filled. Let me do computer science with robotics. This is also
Exactly.
filled. Now let me do a computer science with ethical hacking. So this is how it happens, and that's why since beginning, Manmeet, Bhaskar, and me trying to say it's all the same. First 2 years has to be same. Your fundamentals need to be the same, and afterwards, after internship, your projects, things like that, it will keep changing.
Exactly.
Manmeet, does this answer? And
Yes,
Yes.
very
Correct.
clearly. I think thanks for bringing that out so clearly. I hope people understand through this.
right. Right.
है ना?
And because I understand this problem, because when I went to BITS Pilani, we had computer science and we had IT. So we had friends in computer science and we had friends in IT. And we're like, what's the difference?
So
Google
40 subjects में से 38 are the same.
Same.
Yeah, and the
एक
two
या दो.
subjects which were different were social sciences. Right? You know? So, and then we're like, Google came, they said, give me IT, give me computer science. It's same form.
Same
Right?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how it works, dear friends. Otherwise, it's all the same.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I think, in general, computer science, AI, etc., are going to be in super high demand. There are multiple studies by Microsoft, etc., which predict like the number of jobs going up, not going down. And people are smart. That's why a lot of people are choosing computer science. So don't think that, a lot of people are choosing computer science, बहुत crowded हो जाएगा. Like if you're interested, just go for it, man. Like I think you'll do well.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing definitely you can check is your college giving you updated curriculum, something new, right? They're not giving you something old 30 years back, mainframe computers they're talking about. Just look at that. New updated curriculum.
Yeah, I think maybe one or two more factors also, since we're talking about choosing a college, right? I think we should look at curriculum for sure. And the sad truth today is that BTech curriculum is outdated completely, right?
Right.
And it's not flexible. I mean, like today at Scalar School of Tech, people are like, for example, Vision Pro had come out recently, right? People already are building apps on Vision Pro at SSP. ChatGPT 4.0 came out, they're building. So it should teach you the latest skills, like Surabhi, you said, right? That's curriculum. That's the first factor. Second factor, the people who are teaching you, you should look at that as well. Because if they are really strong industry professionals, or if like most, and again, this is a reality and an unfortunate reality, most profs in traditional colleges uh, have zero industry exposure, basically. Like they don't know what's happening outside in the world. So ideally, that should not be the case. So you should look at that. I think other and like it's an obvious factor, but the peer group is super important. Like if you're surrounded by passionate people, then automatically you feel driven and you feel the thing. But अगर सारे ही लोग chill मार रहे हैं, या if they're unhappy, cribbing all the time, then it's not like the right environment to be. Then you should also look at location of the college, right? Like is it in a place like अगर कोई, like I'm seeing comments in this thing कि can I कोई मैं अपने village में कोई college में चले जाऊँ क्या? That's very risky. Because you will get a piece of paper, this is your degree, but that degree will not lead to anything, because you need to be in a location where companies can easily come hire. So be in like close to IT hubs, Bangalore, NCR, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Pune, these kind of places, right? So location is super important. I think there are 2-3 more factors, but I won't bore you all with all of that right now. So should we now jump to the psychometric test? How do you?
Definitely.
Sure.
So do you want me to take the lead?
Yes, so we have this presentation where I think how to go about it is here, and maybe like you can set the context,
Sure.
and then we can take people through the mechanics of doing it.
Sure. So in the starting of the entire webinar, we talked about what is psychometric test. And thank you for putting in a lot of questions, very smart questions, and you were not afraid of putting questions. So that's very important. And Manmeet, do they have an option to keep sending their questions even after webinar? Try to go reach out to the counselors at Scalar or whoever have sent this email, because no question is a dumb question. You have to remember, this is about your career. This is about a right course selection. So do ask. That's very important. That's first thing. Second, as I've been saying throughout, do not jump in engineering, just not computer engineering. Do not jump into engineering just because everybody is talking about it, right? If your heart is into something else, go do it. But to check if your heart is into engineering, this is your psychometric test. And to check if your heart is into computer engineering, this is the psychometric test. This psychometric test called engineering branch selector will also tell you, should you be doing computer engineering with robotics or mechanical? Could be fantastic opportunity. Maybe likes of Teslas can be your future companies to work with. Lot of these things you will get to know. Another very important thing which would happen by doing this test, you will get to know about 36 different important engineering branches which are available. Today you just know only about 2, 3, 4 maximum: electrical, electronics, computer, chemical, mechanical. Are there many more? This will help you understand, because remember, until unless you have not tasted all the kind of pastries, you can't say I like Black Forest. If you have always eaten pineapple pastry, you will always go and pick pineapple pastry, even if you have gotten the best pastry in the world. So it's very important for you to know what is on the table. These are the things on the table, and now I decide to take this. It's very important. Now, this will take less than 30 minutes, 100 questions. Do it on your mobile phone, do it on your computer, do it on your laptop, but do it authentically, honestly. This is no exam, no maths, no physics, no chemistry, no logical reasoning, no problem solving. This is just you. Honest you for this exam. I should not be calling it exam, right? I should just call it assessment. This is like your blood report. If doctor says, give me your blood sample, I'll give you a report. You don't go and give your brothers and sister blood, right? For that sample. So similarly, when you give this assessment, be honest. Don't ask your brother and sister to sit and prompt the answer. What you will want, don't ask that. Because you want your blood report. That's one thing. The good part and the best part is you don't have to pay for this. Post the session, Manmeet and the team will be giving you a free coupon code, which you will apply. You will get the report for free, which others are paying 1,000 rupees plus. This is the best part. You are getting this entirely for free. So why not try it and get this personalized report? 36 branches, about different 36 branches you will get to know. See it, and maybe even sit down and discuss with the counselors. It'll be very nice exercise for you to know where you stand, what you should be doing it, and no peer influence will come into. So yes, this is what I
Right.
wanted. But in case you have some questions which you think I have not addressed, feel free to put it on chat. I love to answer. Manmeet, over to you.
Thank you, Surabhi, for setting the context. Like Surabhi said, we will be sending the coupon codes to everyone. I think for that, what you need to do is that there is a form that has been shared in the chat. You need to fill up that form, and the team will be sharing the coupon codes with you all. I request my team to pin that form also, so that everyone can see it very clearly. Now, I'll just walk you through it. I think you will get an email in which the same link will be there. Once you go here, you start the test, and after you sort of complete the test, you will be asked to put a coupon code. you can put the coupon code that you receive in the email. This is how you start the test, by clicking over here. Create an account. You'll have to create an account on Career Guide, and then the test is basically divided into multiple parts. 30 minutes is just a guideline. There's no timer. Like even if you take 60 minutes, it's okay, right? Just do it honestly, as Surabhi said. And like you will see a bunch of questions across different like concepts. Some questions are like there are no right or wrong answers. It's just like a personality based question. There are some questions which have right and wrong answers. You will have to mark it accordingly, and then a report sort of will be generated for you. And this is how the report will look like. Like it will give you specifically. So when you click on once you give the test, there is a summary report created, and then when you click on to get your full report, it will take you to this page. Where you need to
the code even in the beginning.
Either they do that,
Right.
the coupon code, or they can apply it here. And once you do this, then this becomes 0, and
So,
this becomes.
dear friend, you can see it's 2,000 rupees, not even 1,000, right?
And you will get this detailed sort of report, and how to download it is, I think, also sort of this thing. You click this, and it will generate it, and then you download the report. So yeah, and this is how the report, detailed report, sort of looks like. I think that should be. Yes. So yeah, I mean, that's the broad process, guys. The report will sort of rank and give you suggestions of the top branches that fit your personality and your aptitude, basically, right? So yeah, I think people are saying, can you show it show it again, please? I think this is recorded. You can always rewind the video and see it again. I think that's it from our side. We wanted to share all of this information. I hope it was helpful. Do let us know in the comments if it was helpful, not helpful for you all. And you can have further questions from us. So yeah, all the best, everyone, for whatever you take up in the future.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All the best, whatever you do, absolutely. Be a great engineer or even artist, whatever it is, do well.
Yes. And Bhaskar, Surabhi, I'm sure Saturday evening you all had multiple other things to also take care of.
No, we had fun. I absolutely had fun.
Yeah, me too.
Likewise. So thank you so much for being here.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everyone. Chalo. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.